Hi, good morning, everyone. How you guys doing? You guys had a great week so far. Hope you guys been staying safe. Hope you guys have been really enjoying yourselves. Hope you guys have been doing your drawing. I think you guys are artists out there. I'm happy to have you guys back, whoever drops in. All right, so to give you an update on what I've been working on as of lately, here are some of the doodle streams that I've done. So some of you remember last week where I've been doing all these different dudes on these different character names. So I've already done a few of these. So my most recent would have to be one I did last week, where I did one with the letter P. So for those of you who were here for that, you might remember some of these. So in this one, I did Poe, I did Player Platypus, Pinky, did Patrick, Peter Rabbit, Periwinkle, Penny, Porky Pig, and of course Pikachu. So this time around, let's see. Today, a suggestion I got from DeviantArt, I will do the letter K. And to start off this stream, I think I'll draw a character I'm surprising I've never drawn until now, but I've always known about it. Kim Possible. The teenage crime fighter with a lot of sass and attitude. So let me start with a rough sketch of her. Let me get her fighting pose like she's pose written out. Get part for her hair. Tilt the head down a little bit. There we go. Let me get her eyes. I think I'd start off with her because even though this is a character I'm very much familiar with from cartoons I've watched, I realized I've never really drawn this character. So I figured, why not make today to be the first day? Let me see if I can get her hair. Their shirt. See her combat pants. See her pocket. Let's get her other leg here. get other fist here. Let me see. There we go. Yeah, I really should practice drawing hands more often. Okay, that pose is looking pretty good. Let me see if we can refine it just a little bit more. All right, there we go. Now we got a rough sketch for good. Let's sort of refine it just a bit more with this black pen. Pretty much the main reason I ended up kind of doing K today is that I kind of got a brief suggestion from probably DeviantArt when I posted there. Like one of my regular comments recommended I do a K this time around. And I figured why not? I was thinking of doing another letter in the middle. There we go. Maybe add parts of her hair. Let's get her little gloves. Let's get her other arm here. Let's get her belt. About her pant leg here. And don't worry, as usual, once we're done with all these sketches, we'll actually color them in later on. Hey, while we're at it, let's go ahead and color in her shirt while we're at it. Let's color in her shoes while we're at it. All right, okay. That actually turned out pretty good, because that was my first time drawing her. All right, so perfect. So let's move on to a different character. What can we do next? As far as characters that start with the letter K. Actually, you know what I want to do, I'll draw another character I don't think I've ever drawn before. And it's also another Disney character, Kuzco, from Emperor's New Groove. So let me just do the whole shape for his head first. Let me get his prominent ears. Let me get his crown. Let's get his mouth. Let's get his eyes. Also, of course, his eyebrows. Let's get his cheeks. Bring out his cheeks, come down. Let's get his pointy jawline. Get one of his large earrings. Let's get the other part. Let's get his sun god crown going. Make sure that's more fleshed out. Sorry if I sound a little bit tired today. Didn't get too much sleep last night. So I got a little bit of coffee on the side to make sure I'm still functioning. All right, so I'll just go back with our pen. see I'm making the top of his eyes for his eyelash to make it a little bit thicker at the top than at the bottom.
If you love to make people's day, if you want to work where no 2 days are alike, this is a great job, and it will lead to a really
Just maybe get his other earring on the side. There we go. Let's go and color his hair while we're at it. All right, perfect. So now we got Kuzco in here now. So we got two characters. So let me think. What can we fit in next here? What can we fit in next? You know what? The exact way I'll go ahead and put another famous K-name character, Krusty the Clown, Simpsons. So I'll put him right here. So I'm just going to lightly sketch him out here, as usual. Let me bring this up, so move it so you can see a little bit better. There we go. Guessing for his bow tie. Let's bring his arm out a little bit more here. Let's bring out his face. Let's bring up his eyes. his collar down a bit. Let's bring his arms down a little bit more too. I was going to put something, having holding some right here, but you know what? I might put another character right here, so I'll leave this as blank for right now. So I'll just go and start filling him out here. Let me fluff up his hair at the top a little bit more. All right, that's looking all right. Okay, I've already done one Krusty here, but you know what? I feel like I'm gonna draw a different Krusty right here. Krusty Krab from SpongeBob. So let me see, how am I gonna do him here? Do I want to do just his head? What do I want to do his whole body? Let me see. Let me see.
It is America's #1 men's shampoo brand. I think what you're trying to say.
I might be able to fit his whole body. Let's see if I can do it.
Up to 80% fuller looking hair in just one wash. And it smells amazing. Actually, it smells amazing.
Or at least part of his body. Okay, I see what I can do now. Good. I definitely want to make sure I can get his eyes in. This is the most dominant feature. So I'm not going to do his whole body, but at least just enough. So maybe I'll look, they're interacting with each other. They're posing for a picture. Bring this up so you can see it. There we go. All right, that's looking pretty good. Let's fill them in. Well, I've drawn Krusty a few times before, at least not on the stream. I've drawn it on my other pictures. First time probably drawing Krabs, so this is a new one. In fact, I think most of the characters I've drawn so far here are ones I haven't really drawn before. We fill Krusty here too. See if we get his claws a little bit here. There we go. All right, that looks pretty good. Now let me see, what character can I get next on here? Let me see, so I've done her, done Kuzco, done Krusty Krab, done Krabs. Let me see, who else can I do? Let me think. Come to think of it, I haven't drawn any kings yet, so I think I'll draw one of the first ones that comes to mind. King Kai from Dragon Ball Z. And do I want to do him here? Or, you know what? I'll do him right here.
Charmin reinvented the square for a smoother tear. Oh yeah, new Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear.
Are you still wearing enough layers to insulate Alaska? That's why you need the new and improved Fair Skin.
Let's get his shoulders. I wonder if I can get the Kai logo down here. I can probably do that. Let's see if I can. That looks good. Still lightly kind of bring it out. Hold on, is one doing it on ink? I hope not. Oh, this one actually ran out of ink. All right, stand by, guys. Let me go get another pen. Let me see. Okay, there we go. That's much better. All right, cool. In fact, I'll color him in while I'm at it, since I'm down here. Since I got red, I'll color this crab in since he's a red crab. right, that looks good. Let me go and finish it with Kai up here. All right, let's go and fill in. Let me start off with glasses here. Let's get his antennas. I know they're usually a little bit longer than this, but since I got all the way up here, I think I'll make them a little bit shorter. Get the Kai logo down here.
With an egg and sausage stack out of in your back melting.
There we go. I hope you guys have been enjoying your week so far. It's an extremely busy week for me, so you're getting forward to do this. This was just wonderful. Let me grab this K a little bit more so it pops out. All right, cool. Let me color in his glasses while we're at it. Even though I do tell a lot of cartoons, I do anime as well. So I don't mind kind of going for beaten path a little bit. Cuban Cat Watch being present. Oh, hey, Cuban Cat, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's nice to hear that. Yeah, I'm glad you're liking everything so far. Yeah, whenever I do these streams, I try to do at least characters that are widely different from one another. And trying to do all of that from either from one show from one company. Because of course you got an anime Dragon Ball Z Kai. You got Kim from Kim Possible, Kuzco, and then Krusty. So I got a little bit of like different characters here, just to add that variety. Memories was one of my favorite movies. I love Kuzco's character art. Yeah, so do I. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, Kuzco is such a kind of an anomaly because one, being such a huge kind of buddy comedy film, and considering that Disney's not really known like for their big comedy like that, with that one being such a pretty good hit, it's just a memorable one too. And he does go through really like wonderful art. And, his voice actor, David Spade, he really helped, with his character. Oh yes, Kronk. Yeah, that's fine. I think Kronk is probably everyone's favorite character in the movie. Not in the movie, but in the show too. Because he's always has all the best lines, and pretty much all any of the memes that are out there, are ones that involve him. So let me see, who else will I do? I might not be able to fit him, but you know what? Since we're talking about Kronk, let's add him in here while we're at it. Yes, please. All right, cool. I'm glad everyone's liked it so far, especially seeing out for most of these characters. This is actually my first time drawing them. Yeah, most I haven't really. I think all the characters I've never really drawn before, aside from Krusty here. So, of course, I just got a few reps on the side just to make sure I'm staying them on model, at least for the most part. But since these are kind of like little rough duels, I'm not too concerned about kind of keeping them on model.
It ain't my dad's razor now. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face for the ultimate Gillette shave.
Yeah, plus it helps, with Kronk, like him being voiced by Patrick Warburton, and Cartman is such a great, like comedic voice actor too. Just his delivery on a lot of things is just wonderful. Get his jawline. Not gonna lie, I really want those spinach puffs. Yes, I did too. Yeah, they look delicious. And fun fact, I actually did see the original movie back in theaters, like back in the day. Was probably one of the few movies like that I was lucky enough to see in theaters, back when it was out. Just kind of give you an idea how old I was, at least back in Disney Renaissance. Because as far as the other films I've seen, Cross the Groove, I've seen Atlantis, I've seen Lilo and Stitch. Going back further, I've seen Tarzan, seen Mulan, that was in theaters too. I'm trying to think, what else? I want to say I've seen Lion King theaters, but I probably can remember because I was probably a little baby at the time. But yeah, this one I vividly remember seeing in theaters. And I just thinking, everyone was really digging it when we went digging at the theater. We went to go see it at. Let's go ahead and fill them out. We kind of get them out and try to make it angled. That's another interesting thing about Embers in the Groove. It's got a really distinct, like, angular style. I pretty much like all the old Ranger movies. They were the best. Yep, so do I. Yeah, while some of the newer stuff is good too, I've always had a thing for like the old traditional and animation. I've always had an appreciation for that. So you can always imagine so much talent that goes in actually drawing the characters or making them move. It's interesting to think, there was a time, like when animation was still pretty new, nobody really knew how to do it. So you had to kind of like figure out what to do on the fly. And then just being able to figure out how to make things move, make things look convincing, make them expressive, make them emote, make them visually communicative. Like one that immediately just comes to mind whenever I think of Disney, is mainly probably one of those famous ones, James Baxter. So of course, aside from doing stuff for Disney, he's done stuff for Cartoon Network, Steven Universe, Adventures in Time, and the funny thing is, like, it seems like no matter what show or movie he works on, like his style is always so recognizable. Just in how expressive he makes the characters, the subtle shifts in emotion, and also how gives the characters a 3D look, and how he has the camera kind of spin around them. Yeah, he's just one among several talented Disney animators around. and just most talented like animators in general. Oh wow, so okay, I was not expecting to fill up a screen this fast. I wonder, can I fix something here? No. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess not. But you know what? I think I got a good amount of characters on here already. Besides, I'm already ready to move on to the next fun part, which is the coloring part. So let's go and fill all these characters in. So let me see, what color do I want to start off with first? I think as usual, I'll start off with, do I stream often? I'd love to drop in again after you finish. Yes, I do. So I usually stream every Saturday, around from 10:30. You can stream about like an hour and a half. And I usually start on 10:30. I'm usually done around like 11:40 or 12. Now there are some days. Let me go and sharpen this real quick. Now there are some days, depending on my schedule, where I end up streaming on a Sunday instead of a Saturday. But usually the time always remains the same. Like usually around like 10:30 to probably like 11:40, 11:45 on weekends. It's usually just Saturdays and Sundays, because usually Saturdays and Sundays usually like the days are my best times for me to stream, because I have a little more free time to stream on those days. We get Kuzco's sun crown. We get Kronk's hat. But I really do appreciate you dropping in. I always really appreciate newcomers who come in to watch my streams. In fact, anybody else that comes in, let me just add this little message.
Rent the cars you love with the prices you'll love even more. 6rent.com.
Sounds good. Ronald Zach, I love it. Thank you. Y'all glad some of that was able to come through. Y'all always like doing these streams, because usually these streams, actually when a few times I do get a chance to really kind of just sit back, just kind of relax and draw. Because I usually have such, a busy schedule like during the weekday. So these days when I stream are probably the best times I normally do it. We colored King Kai's bands here. We colored the banner around the Kai logo. And also just a quick recap, what I normally do, this is part of like an ongoing series I've been doing, with these streams as of lately, where I've recently been like drawing different characters, like for different layers of the alphabet. I know I showed it a little bit earlier in the stream, but I'll go and show it again here. So last week I did one characters for the letter P. Before that, I did ones for the letter H. And before that, I did ones for the letter Z. Before that, I did ones for the letter D. And before that, I did some for the letter B as well. So I've been kind of rolling. And funny enough, this is the very first one. I didn't initially set out to do this. This was something that just kind of happened. Just kind of happened on randomly on the fly. And it just kind of became, a series, that everyone's actually started to like. So hopefully soon I'll pretty much end up going through the whole alphabet. So now let me see, what color do I want to use next? Orange, here we go. So let me go and color in her hair. Yeah, I'm really pleased with how the Kim Possible one turned out. Because it was my first time drawing her. Especially with this being one of my favorite shows like watching, like growing up. I heard there was a revival special of this not too long ago. I think a few years back for Kim Possible. I heard it wasn't all that good. Which I'm not too surprised. But then again, it's really kind of hard to capture kind of magic original, even when you do get most of the main actors back. Here we go. Even though it's red, let me kind of color in Krabs a little bit more, just kind of warming up a little bit. Let me bring it up just a little bit so you can see a little better. There we go. Let me color in his big meaty claws. Now for here, actually let me get another one out too, another pencil out. For L, I love to see Lilo. Oh yes, yeah. Fun. When I do get around to whenever I get around to doing L, yeah, she actually is one of the characters I actually was thinking about drawing. Because weird, cause they have all the films that came out like during the early 2000s. It's hard to tell. I think Leo's is probably my top favorite one. I think probably Lilo and Stitch, then probably maybe probably Atlantis, then Emperor's New Groove. But Lilo and Stitch is probably at the very top, mainly just simply for the fact that like it's a very simple but heartfelt story. And it's interesting because like it was kind of because like that. I think part of the reason I never really liked Emperor's New Groove and Leo was like it was something different. And it wasn't trying to be a huge blockbuster like Atlantis and Treasure Planet. And nothing against those movies, because like though I feel those movies are just really like underrated movies. But this really kind of offered something different that I don't think anybody really expected, from Disney at that time. And plus it helped with Lilo and Stitch, being a very inexpensive movie to make. When it came out, it was a good moderate hit. And it's just that bond between Stitch and Lilo. It's just so well done. The sister relationship between Nani and Lilo. It's funny. Everyone likes to rave on Frozen, for portraying a bond between sisters. But I think like Lilo and Stitch, since they did it first, they did much better too because you show how much they love each other, but they're not able to show they will disagree, they will fight amongst each other. Like siblings will actually do. And plus, it helps, like I think it was I'm trying to think of who voiced Lilo in the original movie. I'm trying to remember. Not Chevy something. Chevy. What was her name? Who would voice Lilo? Davy Chase. That was the one. Okay, Davy. I just looked it up. She had such a raw but very emotional performance. But she actually like how a weird like kid would act. It feels it's very grounded and Frozen. But most definitely. Even despite having this subplot, Stitch being on the run from a galactic empire, like all that kind of fades in the background when you get to like the real heart of the story, which is just like Stitch bonding, with his new family. Yeah, it's definitely a lot more grounded. I think that really helps, and that's why reason why it still helps. People are still talking about it like years later. Let me go ahead and color Krusty's mouth around here. And now I think I mentioned earlier, but that's another movie I was fortunate to see in theaters as well. And funny enough, I remember at the time I was kind of iffy about it. I don't know what it was. For some reason, I just felt like I wasn't going to like that particular movie. But it wasn't until I actually saw it, I was like, oh wow, this is actually a really fun movie. Being really fun, being really heartfelt. Let me color his mouth. Let me see what are I color just next. We can give this a light shade of brown. Color her belt. There we go. That looks pretty good. Oh, yeah, let me use this orange again. Actually, no, I got a different color I can use. We're going to color Kim's skin while we're at it. Yeah, but I feel, since that movie had such a good emotional catching, like you said, since it is more grounded, it really helped kind of leave a bigger impact. It's like I'll definitely give her a rewatch again one day. And while the sequel and the TV show, where I felt they were good, they never kind of matched that emotional feeling the first one had. I think the only thing that came close was probably the second one, Stitch. Well, I guess really third one because it was I guess second, third. I forgot what number it was. Stitch has a glitch, where that one did attempt to be more of an emotional emotional movie kind of the first one. That one came close. Using my green color in his eyes. What do you think of Encanto? You know what? I actually saw Encanto for the first time last month. You know what? I'll be honest. I actually really, really liked it. To be honest. Just how the whole family dynamic, just all different characters, the music being great, and with all the characters, they made sure all these characters had had a personality, personality to them. Yeah, I've been hearing good things about it, but I finally saw it, and you know what? I actually pretty much liked it. I don't know if I put him on my top 5 favorite Disney films, but I think it's pretty good. I found it pretty enjoyable. I looked up seen Royal Invitation. Lin Manuel did a good job. Yes, I didn't even know when Lin Manuel was involved. But that explains why the songs were so good. Yeah, just great Latin reputation. Like I like how they have people portray, different skin tones, with different body types. Let me get this straight. But yeah, I found it to be a really, like just enjoyable movie. And just, just those things like family, like pressure, tradition. Yeah, there's still quite a few like newer stuff that's out there I haven't seen just yet, but I still need to check it out. And for a long time, like time Encanto, was one of them. But yeah, I found it really, enjoyable. And just for having such a kind of a very like heartfelt emotional story too, that kind of helped as well. Coloring Krusty shirt while I'm at down here. I think I have all the characters here. I have all the characters. I think Krusty's the only one I think I've drawn at least a few times before in the past. It's funny. I never really watched Sims all that much, but I find them really fun to draw. And oddly enough, I've actually we gotten into drawing them. Also watching them as of lately. Because I think the only seasons I've seen, I thought it was funny that Stephanie voiced her, seeing she also plays Rosa in Brooklyn 99. Oh, that's neat. I didn't even know that. I know she had been in a couple of other stuff. I just couldn't remember where exactly. Yeah, because it had a really great voice cast. Especially considering these are all like, I think for the most part, these are all actors I think most people would recognize. And that always plays a great deal in having movies, having some really good having really good voice actors kind of really bring the characters to life. That always helps out such a great deal. The characters are so different. That is true. That is very true. All right, let me see. What other color can I use next? Let me switch out to the light blue. Let me get Kuzco's earrings here. Funny enough, I actually had a little more space. I was thinking about putting the cord in here somewhere, but I don't know where I would be able to fit her. Whether if I did her whole body, if I just did her head, I don't know where I had to fit her somewhere in here.
It's recent season.
Ordinary dish soap can leave invisible grease behind. Only Dawn Platinum removes 99% of grease.
Because when I kind of set out to kind of do things where I try to do these different characters, like I have a small like handful of characters, that I'm thinking about drawing. And then even then, I'll probably look up and kind of see, see what I'm missing if I can't think of anything at the moment. Looks great. I like Mr. Krabs. Thank you. That was the first time drawing him. Yeah, I thought about, for some reason, this kind of came during the movie. I thought about having it set where I had two Krusties together. Mr. Krabs, two Krusty characters together, like Krusty Clown and Krusty Krab. Well, it's just Mr. Krabs. I know how he calls him. Yeah, and I haven't kept up, with SpongeBob as of lately. I know last time I saw, I think it was season 10, even though like some of the episodes are not as a lot of episodes aren't as strong as as the original, that's the first 4 seasons. I still find them personally kind of enjoyable. I think part of that was just how the animation has been pretty wacky as of late. And granted, I do admit, like, 'cause I know some people complain that it's too wacky, it's too over the top. And while that's true, I do agree that at times the animation, some of the newest can be way too over the top. But also, I think you can't deny, it's always visually creative. It's always doing something fun, and it's probably one of the few cartoons out there that's not ashamed in being, like cartoony. But you know what? Let me go and add purple some of these other black areas here, just to kind of make them just pop just a little bit more. Shows will change, and that's okay. And yeah, that is true. Especially shows that have been on for a very long time. It's really only natural that you try to change things up. Because really, like if you try to keep things the same, then the thing starts getting stale. People won't go asking more. In fact, that's part of the reason why with Simpsons, like a lot of people have turned around on them because like their most recent seasons as of lately, they've started changing things up. How they do their storylines, how they tackle their characters. They're changing things up, which it should because of course that keeps things fresh, that keeps things new, that keeps people wanting to come back to the show. So regardless of whether people like it or not, it does show they're willing to actually kind of switch things up and see what works and see what doesn't. It's amazing to think, at this point, it's kind of amazing to think, how long that's where, because I vividly remember when that was still like a brand new show. I remember seeing ads for it back when it was brand new. And I don't think anybody had an idea like how big that show was going to be, because I know up until that point, at least with Nickelodeon, I think their biggest cash cow at the time was Rugrats, because they had the merchandise, coloring books. I know at least a year before the show came out, Rugrats, they already had a movie that did really well, Rugrats movie. But then once, of course, SpongeBob came out, that pretty much blew everything out the water. Let me see. Let me color in his belt while I'm at it. So we'll be almost done with this pretty soon. And when I'm done, and once I'm done, there's a few other things I want to kind of show you guys before I get out of here. Here we go. Let me see what other colors do I have. Oh, good. I do have a pinkish color. So let me use that to color in, King Kai's sleeves. I'll get his mouth. There we go. There we go. We color some skin here too. Just remember, Kenai. Oh yes, I wish I thought about Kenai earlier. I would have made sure I had some space for him. From Brother Bear. Yeah, that was pretty good too. That one I do remember seeing in theaters as well. And that was kind of an interesting one too. That being set in Alaska, and with also being set, around like kind of Native characters supposed to be Native American. And that was a pretty nice one too. It's not one of my top favorites, but I still found it pretty enjoyable as well. I think that particular one, that was probably the only other movie I think Phil Collins actually did movies for. I think he did Tarzan and Brother Bear. And I can see why. It's a pretty fun movie. Somebody if I'm on my way. I can't remember the whole song. Yeah, because I think it's funny with a lot of these movies, like even for some of them that I did, even for those I didn't get a chance to see in theaters, like I did get a chance to see them very regularly on Toon Disney, I think they came Disney XD, and they would replay their movies or song. Yeah, yeah. See, I bet you were humming it too, because like that's probably like one of the best songs in the entire movie, because they're all really catchy. I know with Phil Collins, I think besides doing Brother Bear, and he ended up doing Tarzan. I'm trying to think, did he do one other movie? I don't think he did. But it's going to show, they go test me with him, being such a noble songwriter, him able to make all these songs that are memorable and people who kind of latch on to. So speaking, I think he recently retired from music not too long ago, which I'm not surprised. He's getting up there. I think he's in his 70s, but he's been making music for a long time, even before he started doing those music for Disney. Because before that, he had his own solo career, and before that, he was with Genesis. First he sang. Before that, he was a drummer. Because funny enough, I think most people forget. Back when he was in the group Genesis, he was just the drummer. It wasn't until we finally got on the mic, people started singing. It's like, oh wow, this guy actually has a real voice. Yeah, if I had put Keita in here, I definitely would probably fit him around here. Another thing Kay character I almost considered about doing, but I didn't have a spot for it. I was thinking about putting Keita from Atlantis, because I definitely would have got her. And Coda oh yeah, Coda. Keita and Coda. Yeah, there's so many characters characters I wanted to get on here, but I just couldn't fit them all. Well, that's me probably drawing a little bit too big. All right, let's see. Let me see what other spots I can color in. Let me get her gloves. And also the animation being great too, especially considering how most of the enamel involves like animals, especially bears. And I don't know if they did for this one, but I know they did for other films like Lion King and Bandit, where they actually brought in some live animals to use as a reference. Kind of like study how the animals move, so that way when they animate them, it actually looks convincing. And if they did it here, I wouldn't be surprised, because that bear animation, it looks wonderful. Yeah, because I remember seeing because I did remember, I think back when Lion came out, I remember seeing a documentary for it, and I remember seeing a little behind the scenes stuff where they actually show how they did bring in some live creatures, like for the animator to study and look at, just so they can get an idea on how the characters move, to see how they work. Because the same approach I think that Bambi used too. Now, Grant, I'm pretty sure they had them at a very good. They had handlers nearby and kept them at far enough distance, so nobody would get hurt. Let's see. There's no. Liking Just a Blood is great. Oh yes. And I don't know if liking. I don't think I'll be honest. I don't think I ever saw that in theaters when I was out. Then I think I was probably like a year old back when it came out, so I probably was too young to kind of go in theaters anyway. Of course, I do remember always seeing we had it on DVD. Of course, we had the DVD for the first one. Of course, I remember watching the TV show Timon and Pumbaa, Lion King 1.5. That has like great animation too. I haven't really seen the new remake of it, but I haven't really been. Yeah, but it just never really interested me, to be honest. Then again, a lot of like these remakes that Disney doing lately, they just don't really interest me. And while I don't think all of them are bad per se, they just never. I think a lot of them just seem like they don't really take too many chances. I don't know TH did DVDs. Wow, that's really funny to think about too. Think about like most people don't really know about DVDs because everything's on streaming now. And it's weird to come to think of it because you figure, DVDs and CDs are almost considered obsolete, but yet, like other forms like vinyl, they're pretty much kind of making a comeback. Granted, that's for a completely different reason, but still. But I think I still have a few DVDs of some of my favorite movies because while everything is on streaming now, like I think it really helps to kind of have like some physical media on you and like a good DVD player on hand because like you never know, you might be in an area where you don't have you might have electricity but you may not have a good internet connection, and having a physical copy of like a DVD would be nice, and it's good to have it on hand. Yeah, there's no particular reason for me actually cutting around these characters. I'm just kind of make this image pop just a little bit more. And it's funny because like it seemed like for a while like DVDs were like the thing because I remember when it kind of burst on the screen. Everything was on DVD. I love DVDs. Still, like you said, they're useful to have. Yeah, they really are. And especially I was like because it's like it for like because me I like the DVDs for free. Have those special editions, so you actually look and see the behind the scenes. I think probably my favorite like behind the scenes like features probably the one I had for Little Mermaid because in that one they have a really good second disc where they go behind like the making of the songs, especially I really love the ones where I talked about the songs, especially with Part of Your World where they included a lot of archived interviews from Howard Ashman, and they talk about his thought process, his thought process of him writing the songs. Even some old footage of him coaching Joey Benson when she was singing Part of Your World. And I think seeing things like that really helps you make you appreciate the movies because you understand there's a lot of work that goes in those movies, but also understand there's a lot of talented, really gifted people that go into making those movies as wonderful as they are. And, like Howard Ashman, he was one of them. In fact, I still haven't seen that new documentary that was out about them, which is simply called Ashman. Heard it's really nice movie. And also another thing with streaming service, like you just never know, like some stuff end up getting pulled from a service, you'll never know why. And you don't know if it's gonna move to a different streaming service or if it's gonna be gone for good. So sometimes having physical copies is the only way you can really, really watch it. Then of course there's piracy, but yeah, there's usually only limited spaces you can really see it if it's been pulled. All right. I think we're looking pretty good here. Let me just kind of picking up some of these outlines of some of our characters here. And it's funny to think, I know DVDs, they've gotten so inexpensive now. And they're so commonplace because I remember for a while, like if you want to get a DVD, you had to really shell out some money, especially if it was either a brand new movie or it's part of an ongoing show. But now you could probably go to either like your local like Family Dollar, you can find a whole bin of Family Dollar, Best Buy. You can find a whole bin of DVDs. It could be like 2 whole movies, or really it could be for a whole series, and it's at a fairly good price. Of course, that depends, if it's just a series and doesn't have any do I have any OCs characters? I do have there's 2 that I have. I don't think I have any pictures of them on me right now. I have one I did for this anime fan fiction I did a couple of because back called Lights Camera Cuts. I did one of this director named I think Mike Levin. He's basically this cranky but like good tempered director. And he likes to make movies, but he has to kind of deal with all the insanity as far as actually making movies. Has to deal with all the shenanigans. I wish I had a picture of him on me, but I'll probably share it probably next time I come on here. I think probably his closest friend, but also really more of an associate is really his lazy cameraman Ed, because he's always getting in trouble and he's always have to call him out for it. And I've written them in a couple of stories before. A couple of fanfic stories before, at least of Animaniacs. I haven't done any original story, any original like full story with just him just yet, but I might in the near future. There's a few others I've done too, but other OCs I have as well, but I haven't really done any full stories for them yet. All right, I think we're looking pretty good here. So we got all of our characters here. So we got 6 characters for today. So we got King Kai, Kim Possible, Kuzco, Kronk, Mr. Krabs, and Krusty the Clown. So before I go and sign off, let me show you guys something else that I have. Oh, you have a couple that are fun. That's nice. Yeah, it's always fun designing new characters. Doesn't matter to find out what they like, how they act. It can be pretty tricky. Can't wait for next Saturday. Yeah. So before I sign off, let me show you what else I've been doing as of lately. So mostly, if anybody else that's actually lurking out there, most probably know this thing going on called Inktober. So I've been doing it for about 5 years now. This year's probably my heart because I haven't had as much time as of lately. But I finally got on the roll with it now. So in fact, let me just kind of show you some stuff that I've been doing. So I've done for Thursday now. So for first day I did Dusty. Second day I did Profile. And you can see I'm not really following the prompt, but we'll just loosely. Ray Parker Jr. Day 4 I did Keys. Day 5 I did Patrick Starr. Another day, let's see what people do. Thank you. Day 6, Hand. Day 7, Grill. And around day 8, I think I really started getting in the flow of things. Day 8, I did Warning. Day 9, I did Fire. Day 10, I did this one actually did follow the prompt. I did Fortune. Day 11, I did Meet. I had two of Tom's owners meet up. Also, day 12, I did Spicy. This was kind of a character like Guy Fieri. And this is my most recent one I did yesterday. I also did follow the prompt again, Rise. So it's like a zombie kind of like rising from the grave. And so those are the ones I've done so far. But funny enough, I just realized this is probably the first time I've ever done something spooky thing for Friday the 13th. I didn't set out to do it that day, but then it just happening. I love your style. It's encouraging way. Oh, thank you. I pull from a lot of different stuff, but I do like to work with a lot of old school cartoons, especially Disney stuff. That's always been my thing. All right, so guys, that'll be it for today. I hope you guys really enjoyed the stream. I really enjoyed today. Hey, Cuban Cat, I really appreciate you dropping in for stream today. It was pretty great talking with you. So like I mentioned before, I'll be back next week at around the same time from 10:30 to around 12. I hope to see you guys again. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.